lighting is really bad, but that's what I'm wearing. I'm so freaking tired, I can't even feel my legs. I'm not even done with my makeup yet, but this looks good. And this Fenty Beauty Riri, yeah, I'm gonna be using this for the rest of my life. Now I'm done. One thing I'm really happy that didn't happen when I wanted it to happen was like marriage and kids, because I trust Jesus so much when it comes to everything he does for me, because even when it hurts, it's like absolutely the right thing he did. If I was married and had kids by now, I would never be able to live this life, and I would resent my husband and my kids for not being able to live this life and having to, kids are a large commitment. So I'm just very grateful that everything is happening like the way it should, and I just trust God in everything now. I don't question him, even though like in some situations it's just like 1.5 years ago I broke up with my own family, and like my entire life fell apart. Like I literally went to minus and I was in debt, and then 1.5 years later, like I have this amazing job that's paying more than I would if I was just done with my degree by now, and Jesus made it happen. As soon as he showed himself, it was like my life was going up. But internally, like I had to heal myself and just trust him, and he did everything. Like I didn't even have to do anything other than surrender. So just trust your timing, even when it hurts. Trust the timing. Now, I'm not trying to compare myself to anyone else, but rather I believe that you find God in everyone who comes to you. And so lately, it's not a coincidence that people are showing up who are around the age of 30. They're like a few years older than me, and they're having divorces. And when I ask them about like, oh, what was the reason? It's always like they are in the same condition that we are in, because we only meet ourselves, right? But the difference is that while God forced me to isolate myself so that I'll heal before getting married, these people are like, they made the decision because their parents pressured them, and then a few years in, they couldn't handle the differences. They couldn't face their own trauma, and then they split up, and then they got wiser from the experience. That's completely fine. It's just that pay attention to who comes to you, because it's actually God sending you a message through them. 20,000 steps. I got some pastries here in Paris. So this one has like cheese, spinach, goat cheese, and some other stuff that I don't know about. That's an empanada. And then this was souffle. And I guess that's a very French thing, so I'm really excited about this one. And some salad. So this is me at the end of the day. I'm tired. I've walked a lot and I need to go to work on Monday. But today was nice, and I realized like I really, really love solo traveling because I don't have to rely on anyone else or consider anyone else's opinion. And at the same time, it's like I still like get approached even here in Paris, like today when I was going on this midnight walk. And I don't know, like they recognize who's a tourist and who's not, even though like I had headphones in and like I have a straight face. I don't look approachable, or at least I try to not look approachable, to get rid of the bad people. It's such a nice experience, and it's also like lovely to talk to new people. Like when I now went back to Sweden after going to Italy, it was like I didn't care about anyone there anymore. I didn't even like the country anymore. Like I'm grateful for everything, but at the same time it just felt like dead. And I just looked at the people when I went back and I was like, oh, not these people again. So I really need this, like this whole traveling and seeing that there is more to life than just the same old. So yeah, let's see where I go next.